The Beards and Bros Podcast.
Alrighty, welcome to the first episode of the new school year of the Beards and Bros Podcast. I'm very excited to start this up again. I'm in the studio or the study room of Tommy G's with Chris Friend and Dylan. I always fuck up your last name. Nirenberg?
Yeah. Oh, I fuck up your last
name.
name.
It's
too.
not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah, well, welcome. It's great to have y'all.
Glad to be
here.
Yeah.
Real quick. Real quick, I just want to go through each of y'all's positions because I know all three of us are in admin on the rugby team. If y'all didn't know, we do have a rugby team. We are pretty good, and we would love for y'all to come out some games.
Please,
Yeah.
So real quick, Chris, position.
So I'm Chris Friend. All the boys on the rugby team call me Friend. Just dropped the Chris. I'm actually club president, so I kind of handle most of the administration stuff. Rugby's a good sport. Started last year. Learned a bunch about it. Got a good guy right here who helps me out.
Yeah, man. I'm Dylan Nirenberg. I'm the recruiting chair for UNF, so you'll probably see me if you go to UNF. You'll see me on the green, pretty much yelling at you, and at student union yelling at you about rugby. A lot of people recognize my face, his face as well.
Yeah.
I'm the recruiting chair. I started playing rugby 3 years ago. Is it 3 years now? Going on my fourth year, and I'm one of the only members of the pre-COVID team still on the UNF team.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's crazy. We almost didn't have a club after 2020. It was wild. We kind of got saved by COVID in a way because of FSU, which we'll get into.
Yeah, that's a whole story right there. I'm also part of the admin for the club. I am the Philanthropy Chair. So basically anything community service, any sort of team initiatives or any partnerships with other clubs or activities that we do, that goes through me. It's really fun. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy playing the sport. So I just want to get some questions. First off, I've always wanted to know because I'm always interested in hearing each person's story. What got you guys into rugby? So I guess we'll start with
So I definitely have more of a weird story.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to go first.
Yeah. So throughout middle school and high school, I was in band. 6th through 12th grade, I played the French horn.
Okay.
My dad especially always told me I'm not gonna let you play contact sports. No football for you. Get that out of here. Play an instrument. But then my senior year of high school, bigger guy, I never really played sports. I was like, nah, you know what? After college or after high school, I'll see if my school has a rugby team. As a joke, but I always kind of kept it in the back of my head. And then coming to UNF, clearly we don't have a football team or anything like that.
Right.
So the one thing that I would have probably kept with band would have been marching band, especially being from Tallahassee. FSU has a really good marching band, marching chiefs. So and growing up, I had gone to band camp there and stuff like that. So
That's cool.
yeah, but
What do you do at band camp?
middle school band camp.
What do you do at
All
band
right, I'll tell you. So middle school band camp, you
Band
go
story
there
time.
for a week.
Get in depth here.
You go there, you do your audition, on the Saturday. Yeah, you start on a Saturday. You start on a Sunday. You would do your audition on a Sunday. Same with high school, but it's a 2-week process. Middle school, you get put into a band for Monday, go through the week. Friday, you have your concert. Then you have your marching band leadership camp, which is where you learn commands and learn how to be a leader and stuff like that. I don't know. I did it for
This is a lot of stuff. I guess
I did it
there's
for
a
a
lot
while.
more to band.
I did
than
it for
just
a while.
playing
Yeah.
the instrument,
Yeah,
my
I did it
man.
for a
It's
while.
capturing
but-
detail. Okay.
Yeah, and then I kind of just I was walking on campus. I remember up at the student union. I was walking and I kind of just saw them tabling right in front of like Einstein Bagels, which was weird because I don't think we've ever tabled there before.
Yeah,
other
not
than
to
that,
my
like I've
memory.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
I
It
saw them
was-
tabling over there, and I was like, what?
It
Okay.
was the
Yeah.
We've never been over there,
Yeah.
and it's a really awkward place, but it worked out really well for us because it was kind of a funnel of people, and we would literally stand on two sides of the little funnel and throw the ball across,
Oh, that's
and just throw it across people's faces. Not trying to hit them, but just like throw it
Just get
across.
their
They're just like,
attention.
there's
Yeah.
like, yo, what's that? And
Exactly.
that's when we get them. See, that's when we get them. But I do remember that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was the first recruiting event of the year too.
Yeah, and cause it's funny at the end of the year, I like was going after I'd moved back home, cause I was in a dorm last year.
Yeah.
I was going through all my papers and I like found the intro meeting pamphlet from last year. So that was really cool to like, you know, kind of just take a trip back memory lane and be like, yo, look where I am now. Like, look where I am now, and look where I was last like 2 semesters ago.
Literally, yeah.
Bro, dude. Oh, all right, now I gotta follow that.
Oh, yeah.
I should.
Yeah, how you gonna
I
top
should have
that?
gone first, actually. All right. Well, I didn't do band in I did band in middle school.
Yeah.
I played the trombone in middle school, man.
Okay.
That was fun. I did it
Yeah.
for 1 year. Trombone
He's
guy.
also
Let's
a
go.
trombone
Let's
player.
go. Hey. But I was baseball like my whole life. Big baseball guy. I wanted to go to college for baseball, all baseball. I got to high school, things got a little bit more realistic for me. I was just like, I'm small. The only way I'm gonna get picked up by a college is if they somehow recognize how fast I am and how good my defense is. I wasn't the best hitter in high school, but I could get on with a bunt, base hit, like all that good stuff. But my glove is where it's at. Nothing really panned out, and then there was a coaching switch my junior year, and then something happened my senior year between my family and the coaches. I felt like the man straight up disrespected my family and my culture, and then I quit the team, and my brother was playing rugby for I think it was the Indian River Space Pirates, I believe it was, and they were having a practice. A beach practice. The same day that I quit the team, they're having a beach practice, and he's just like, hey, why don't you come out? I'm like, you know what? Why not? It was grueling because it was a men's team, and it was my first time. I am 17 years old, just like trying to get through this.
Just trying to keep up.
It was straight up trying to keep up. It was so much fun though, and I was like, damn, like this is cool, and like maybe I'll do it in college, and then I ended up worked a little bit over the summer before going to UNF, just like kind of trying to basically refine my past and stuff like that. And then I got on campus. I'm moving in, and we were doing the Movers and Groovers this year. Remember we were doing that?
Yeah.
We were doing that. It was that, but for summer B. It was the big years before COVID, so summer B was basically summer camp. It was just parties every weekend. Absolutely, it was wild.
Yeah.
So we're moving in, coming out, and then I'm coming out of my dorm, and they were right on that patch of green where the pool is and stuff like that. And they're just like, hey, you need help? I'm like, no, I don't need help. And I saw the ball. I'm like, is that a rugby ball? They're like, yeah. And I'm just like, y'all the rugby team? They said, yeah. Y'all practice over the summer? They said, hell yeah, we do. Like, okay. I put my name down. First practice, the whole summer was beach rugby, which I thought we should implement again this
that'd be
year.
awesome,
If we had people, we just need people to stay in town, or we could have people come out. That'd be great. But but that'd be great. So it was beach rugby for the whole summer, and I was hooked. I got a little bit of an edge for the people that came in the fall, and I was hooked. I've been hooked ever since. I played my first year at UNF, my second year at Jackson Men's because of COVID. Then UNF, SoFlo rugby. I'm looking to take it pretty far, to be honest with you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. How did you get into rugby?
That's a great question. I kind of like you. Like I never really like I played sports. Like I did, archery. That was my thing in high school.
Green arrow, my
Yes,
guy.
sir. But yeah, I did like swimming, track and field. I did cross country for a year.
Oh,
Uh,
nice. I did not know that. Hell
Yeah.
How was that, bro?
That was rough. I hated it. We would do our school, our high school was right in an urban park, and so we would do all this running in there, and it was probably a 4 or 5 mile loop, and it was tough.
That's wild.
Then we do work on the track and
Oh my gosh, no.
it sucked. Yeah. After 8th grade, I was like, I ain't doing that again.
No, yeah.
Yeah. And then in high school, I found archery, and I was like, I love this sport because all I had to do is stand there and pull back the bow, and then release.
Were you
Yeah.
dirty at it? Were you good?
I was good.
Yeah.
Not to
Yeah.
toot your own horn.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah.
good.
I wasn't too bad, you know.
No, good. No, I figured you'd be good.
Yeah.
Honestly. Heck yeah, man.
But yeah, it taught me a lot. Not just because we did some lifting and some physical work. Because when you're drawing that bow back, that's about for someone a bit stronger is maybe 30, 40 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like a compound bow where you draw it and there's a let up.
Yeah.
That recurve, you're holding about 30, 40 pounds in just your 3 fingers.
Mm.
And yeah, so you gotta have a back,
that's-
you gotta have shoulders, and you just gotta be able to keep time under tension. And so there was that physical part, but there was also a mental part,
Mhm.
because in archery you can't have a ton of adrenaline, because
Yeah.
if you're looking at the target and you're so hyped up to hit it, you're not gonna hit it.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, no, you're right. I was about to.
Yeah.
I was really gonna ask about how mentally challenging archery is, because I feel like archery,
Mhm.
it's got to be 80-70% mental.
Oh,
Because
yes.
when you're drawing that back, yeah, you're drawing it back, but to be composed, pressure's
Mhm.
all on you. I mean, that's why I started playing golf, because it's a great mental
Right.
exercise to go out there. You're first of all, you're hitting the ball, you're having fun with the boys, but it's just if you're really trying to bear down, just have and have a good hole, it's mentally challenging.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it
Golf is
really is.
frustrating.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's a
Talk
tough
I can tell you
game.
that. But
Would
yeah.
you like to hear a funny story about mental frustration
Oh, of course,
involving
yeah.
golf?
Yeah.
All right. So this is probably one of my favorite stories to tell.
Okay.
I don't tell too many people this. Actually, I do tell a lot of people this story. I am not great at golf.
That's okay.
So
Yeah.
so I'll never forget it. Literally, probably one of the most traumatic memories.
I was standing
Of
behind you when
recent
this
memories,
happened.
yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying. Go ahead.
So I go to line up this drive, and there's a flock of ducks
Mhm.
right there, right?
Okay.
Probably 25 yards away, downhill, right?
Yeah.
And so everyone who I'm golfing with is friend will probably
It
hit.
was me,
Yeah.
Big Pat, and Schmitty
Yeah, two.
to set the tone.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Yeah.
This must have
For
been a
those
total
who don't know, that group is A1 degenerates. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's a great time.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, so
They're fun people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're fun people.
but speaking of that mental challenge, I was in my head, I was I literally just cannot hit these ducks. No matter what,
Mhm.
I just cannot hit these ducks. No matter what, I can shank this ball. I can go in the woods. I just cannot hit those ducks.
Yeah. Off limits.
Go to line up, swing back, boom. Taking a line drive at one of the ducks.
Yeah.
Line drive, literally bowling in right to it. Here's the duck's back. Here's the ball. Bounces off, skids off I just
Oh my God.
bounced a rock on
Mhm.
water, and so it's flapping around, right?
Mhm.
It's on shore. It
Oh.
flaps to the middle of the lake.
Mhm.
At this point, I'm traumatized because I'm watching this happen.
Oh yeah.
It flaps to the middle of the lake,
Mhm.
then proceeds to drown itself.
So it's when Randy Johnson pitched that ball at the bird.
Yes.
In midair, just.
Yes.
That pump
Yes.
is
And I looked it up. I looked it up because I was so humiliated.
Mhm.
Ducks, when they know that they're not going to survive a situation, they will dive down to the bottom of a lake, hold on to a lake plant,
Yeah, something.
and just drown
Grass or
itself.
something.
Holy
And I
shit.
watched that happen. However, after getting made fun of for a while, I
That's
realized
hilarious.
that I could just flip this situation. I killed a duck, yes. However, I'm now dying with a positive KD ratio. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Wanna know.
Yeah,
wanna
wanna
know.
know.
Oh my god, that was hilarious. I was
Yeah.
standing right behind that ball and I saw it hit off,
Oh my
and
god.
I was like, "Oh my god, that really just happened." We took a second. I had to drive next, so I had to take a solid minute or two
Yeah.
to compose myself, and then hit another drive, which then proceeded to go into the water because it's just sliced right into the water. Is what it is, but it was hilarious. I really feel bad for that duck. And I think about it every time I see a duck on the golf course or anywhere.
And in the car ride home, my girlfriend was in London. So I was like texting her. And I remember taking a Snapchat and sending it to her. I'm like actually in tears. And I'm like, I'm never golfing again. I cannot believe I killed a duck. Like I killed an animal. This game is clearly not for me. Like,
oh my god.
wow, Dylan and Schmitty are just like laughing in the front
Dying
seats
laughing.
about this duck. Yeah.
Oh my
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Where were we before?
Oh yeah, sorry. I was
pretty
talking
sure
about.
we were on you. We were on you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. And so yeah, I was just like going over how like in archery like there's physical, but there's the mental. Like you gotta stay calm, and so that's something I learned. And then, I left high school and I saw that UNF didn't have an archery team. To my knowledge, there's
That's
no.
surprising.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah, like to my knowledge, there's no like nearby ranges or like there's like I think there's some gun ranges, but there's no like
There's
actual like
definitely gun ranges
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in Duval County.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Duval.
But yeah, there's no archery like ranges or anything anywhere to shoot. So I was like, what do I do? And I always like wanted to play rugby. Like it's kind of like my parents too, where like they didn't want me to play contact sports. Like I tried playing football as a kid, but they were like, we don't want you getting hit. And I was like, come on. Yeah, and I was like, I was kind of bigger than some kids, so like, it was like, I could play if I wanted to, but I was just never allowed. And then in college, I was like, okay, there's a rugby team. I'm gonna go find them, and I'm gonna go join. And
How did you know that there was a rugby team? Did you see it, or did you see it somewhere, or were you just like, they've got to have a rugby team?
it was more like they got to like, because I know a lot of schools
That's
do.
awesome.
And so I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome. Kind of like me, just like, if there's a rugby team on campus, I'm going to join.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
did not know that. Yeah, man.
And then I saw you at the tent.
Yeah.
You were on the green, and yeah, I just remember walking over there, and I was like, all right, things start changing now. And so like,
Yeah.
I just sign up and then go to the first practice, and like, it was so much fun. Like that first practice, like I had no clue what I was doing, but like, it was just so cool to me that like, even though like, I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm not even sure if I was any good, but like, it was like, you want to be out here, you want to play, like, fuck yeah, like, let's do this, like, and so it was like immediate, like, like acceptance and like, I don't know, like that's what I really value about our team is that like,
bro.
it doesn't matter like how good or whatever, like,
Yeah.
it's like if you're on this team, like you're on this team.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
Man, no, bro, I 100% agree, bro. This team is a brotherhood.
Yeah.
It's a straight up brotherhood, and we just want people to come out and have fun. Our number one priority is to have fun. We want everyone to come out, have a good time on the pitch, have a good time after. Like we're just trying to put on a good time, and then also, of course, we want to win.
Yeah.
So, and everyone has a better time winning than they do losing, and it's always more fun to win. So that's what we're striving for this year. And bro,
Yes, sir.
you're a big asset in that, my man.
Thanks.
You are a big asset, and so are you. Of
Yeah,
course,
especially.
Mr. Presidente.
Yeah.
Whatever.
El Presidente.
But yeah,
yeah.
man. No, for sure, brother.
But yeah, but speak on that brotherhood. Like this past summer, you had mentioned that like going into COVID kind of saved our team, especially in the aspect of like we wouldn't have had a team.
It was rough. Man.
Yeah.
It was rough coming out of COVID. I remember talking to Ed and Pete, and it was just like me, Hanvey. We knew Ozzy was going to be there. We knew, but we didn't know who was going to come on the table.
Wait,
take
for the
job
record,
yet.
Ed and Pete are two of our coaches.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Ed
Yeah.
Clark is the head coach, and then our director is Peter Murphy.
Peter
There
Murphy.
you go. But yeah, so I was talking to Ed and Pete, and we just didn't know how it was going to go. We had no idea. So we just kind of
Was it like a lack of like funding, a lack of like people?
So it was.
Well, if you
First of all,
if you want to talk on the Florida State story, I can kind of talk on the funding aspect.
So yeah, okay. So right before COVID, I'm not trying to throw. I'm just gonna say this for right now because I'm not trying to throw shade at FSU.
No.
You know what happened. You saw the game. We were there. It's past history.
Yeah.
Y'all did win the state championship. Congrats. We're coming for your ass. But
All love to Florida State.
but we're coming for your
Not
ass.
on the field.
But we're
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
for your ass. But
Mm-hmm.
it was the last game before COVID. We didn't know it was going to be the last game before COVID. And there was a Sir. Sir is a referee in rugby. And he was, he's notoriously been biased against UNF. Really horrible, I don't want to name drop, but I don't want to name drop. Okay, there you go. But I don't, so he would, that game ended up getting really chippy. And he ended up getting really chippy. No fights occurred. It was more all
Wild.
against the Sir. We ended up, we were smoking him. We were smoking him real hard. But then the Sir started putting out yellow cards. It's like, okay, whoa, and then red cards. And before you know it, it's 15 against 11. And we only lost by a try.
Damn.
They were not better than us that year.
Mm-mm.
We were smoking them, and I was injured when this was happening. So I'm on the sideline. So is FYJ, Parrish, everyone, all the alumni. That sideline was crazy. It was a night game as well. So you already know it's intense.
The energy is just different.
And this was before the benches were on the other side, so it was on this side with the fans.
Mhm.
Yeah. So on the video online is muted because of the things that were said.
Okay.
And then at the end of the game, the Sir ended up threatening one of our players, Jaden, and he went after him, and thank God was held back. But it was a lot going on.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing was I think a USA South scout was there. I think one more scout was there because of how good we were doing that season.
Damn.
That next practice, the FCC commissioner came down and had a talk with us. We were that fucked, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And
Was he like threatening like to shut down the program?
he just like, we don't know what's gonna happen. We didn't know. No one knew. He didn't know. He just like, I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see where this goes. And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And it was a blessing, honestly. But when we came back, it was just a question of numbers.
Yeah, and like when kind of what you said about like you mentioned like I don't know. That was kind of like the biggest questions that we had revolving around coming back after COVID, especially with that whole situation with FSU. Like even after we'd gotten our numbers, to skip ahead in the story a little bit. Like even after we'd gotten our numbers, we actually like in our game against FIU this past season, he was expected like the Sir who was. The Sir of that game, the one who our coach had, I think my favorite. I wasn't there for the thing, but like my favorite line, hearing about the story and everything, is Coach Ed being like, "Yo, get out! You have 15 minutes, or else they're gonna come beat your ass."
Yeah,
he looked at the Sir and was like, "You have 15 minutes to get out of this parking lot, or I will let my boys run free on you, and you will not want to be here in 15 minutes."
Oh my
but
God.
yeah, like
To be realistic, no one was gonna. It wasn't really the boys. It was more some of the fans. Honestly, it was a lot. It was a whole situation.
Yeah.
Man. It was a whole situation. But thank God we're past it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God we are a very mature club
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
With this new admin, we've never had an admin like this.
No,
We've never had
and like with that FIU game, like he was expected to be our Sir, and we even like, thankfully we got it changed, and we had a different person end up Sirring our game, but like we had to have an FCC, a Florida Collegiate Rugby Commissioner, come out to that game and stuff like that. Yeah, like even the repercussions, like it stood, but like coming back from COVID, you talked about maturity, like that's kind of one of the biggest things that as much as it's great to look back on tradition, I think one of the biggest blessings that we have coming back from COVID is that we kind of, if it hadn't have been for that big gap in between, 16 months of no rugby at the University of North Florida, like, if it hadn't have been for that gap, we probably would still have that more, like, degenerate style rugby of wanting to kill everyone. But when we came back, we were able to get numbers. We were able to get enough numbers in the fall to boost, thanks to this guy in the summer of last year, spring of last year, we had a lot of new guys. Like, you were one of the spring guys who came out, and we were able to, all the uncertainties, mostly coming back from COVID, they were uncertainty about our past with that specific game. The FSU game kind of left a really bad taste in everyone's mouth for a while.
Oh, yeah.
That was the biggest uncertainty, because in fall, like, there were really big questions of, like, we were still like, hey, we are on, like, UNF for a very long time. Like, we're just now coming out of that. But, like, UNF, the president's office, like, they hated us for a really long time. But yeah, we're finally out of that.
Thank God the new president's
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
He's the boy.
Yeah.
He's the boy.
Shout out to President Lamayam.
Yeah.
Mo, you're great.
Mo. We love you, Mo.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was post-COVID was rough. We did not know, but thank God we got our stuff together. We are a very mature team. We're a good team. We're a real good team. We're a problem.
I think so. I mean, I've been seeing the rookies in our practices, and, like,
Oh my Lord.
they're out to kill. Like, it's
quad
awesome.
father.
Yeah,
Quad
literally.
father himself.
This man is gigantic.
Yeah.
Donkey punch.
Yeah,
that
we
guy's
have,
great. We already got nicknames for rookies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we
that
got-
plays in the game.
We got, what were the three, what was?
Quad
Tyler's
father,
nickname?
donkey
What did we
punch,
name yesterday? Pedro?
Maverick or Pedro?
Pedro or Maverick, yeah, one of
I
those.
think
We've-
probably Maverick because it's a little more.
Yeah.
It's just Pedro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got those. We've got some real good rookies. We've got some.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed about, especially after COVID, is that, and I've talked to a bunch of people from different clubs. That's kind of one really good benefit of being president of the team that I've really got to reap the benefits of, is being able to create a better relationship with a lot of different clubs and create a better intra club relationship between organizations on campus. But one thing I've noticed from, like, every single admin from different clubs is that this freshman class that has come in, like, our freshman class, like, we were good, we were more active, but, like, COVID was still a thing. This freshman class this year, like, this is the first, like, I think this is technically the first, we're going to be saying this forever, but, like, this is probably the first normal year we've had in 3 years, maybe.
Yeah.
So, like,
compared to pre-COVID, my experience, this is the closest.
Okay.
It's when we were doing moving and grooving, that's what it looked like pre-COVID, but it didn't look like that last year.
No.
It didn't look like
Yeah, we did not have that last year.
No, yeah, but
huge freshman
these
class.
the freshman class is not only the biggest freshman class we've ever had in campus history, but, like, every single freshman wants to get involved, and it's so great.
Yeah,
like,
it's awesome.
Shout out to you, freshman class. Like,
Yeah,
shout out,
we love you,
keep
freshmen.
getting involved. Keep
Yeah.
getting involved. Yeah, but
Playing
it's
rugby.
wonderful. Like Nevin with Round Net. Shout out to Round Net. UNF Round Net. But I was talking to him. I was talking to just even, like, fraternities and sororities. Like, everyone seems to be, like, reaping the benefits from this freshman class being so involved and being so massive and being so willing to, step out of their comfort zone,
participate.
which I think is one of the biggest things of college, is just being willing to take that step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, definitely. Like, rugby was a big part of that for me. Like, because like archery is pretty low energy, if you couldn't tell by now. Like, it's a pretty quiet sport. And I always wanted a sport where, like, I could, like, shout and, like, I could, like, actually, like, get intense.
Yeah.
And so like that was one of the reasons why I liked rugby. It was like, I can actually do that. Like, there's more energy in it, and it's like,
College is so stressful. You gotta take it out somewhere.
exactly, yeah.
Why not on someone else that is like, hit me, please.
Why not
Like,
tackle
you want to
someone?
get hit.
Exactly.
That's the great thing about rugby is, you want to hit someone, but the other people want to get hit. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's what
I
we're
love
here
getting
for.
tackled.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We make cool things happen. If we're getting tackled, we can make a cool pass, things like that. Like, we're done with it. We're down with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
just want to say like, what would be you would say be your like favorite like rugby moments? So I guess I'll start with Dylan.
Oh boy. Favorite rugby moment, damn. There's a lot of them, man. Because I'm thinking of like I had a great time playing with Jack's Men's over COVID. They made me prove myself, and honestly, one of my favorite moments was my first hit in men's, my first big hit in men's, because it made me feel like, damn, I can hit anyone. It was, we were, every time I'm with the Jack's Men's guys, everyone was there, always mentions this. It was the B-side game. I still haven't proved myself. It was at home here against Orlando. Yeah, so there was this big man. I'm pretty sure he was an 8-man, coming around on the outside, okay? And he just said, all right, screw it. I'm going to run this little kid over. Ducks down. And instead of me getting lower, I did some Spider-Man shit, all right? I'll be honest with you. I, like, took his hit, grabbed him, and, like, spun him and threw him down while putting myself down. And then he gets up, I get out, he tries to hit me again. This time I get under him and I hit him real good. Slam him down and then I get rolled off. And then this man proceeds to get on top of me, start yelling at me. And then I was like, no. I kick him off of me, kick him right in the stomach, kick him off of me, get up, and Galen grabs me and goes, I love you, but he's going to kill you. I said, I don't care. I'll kill him first.
Hell yeah.
Like, let's go.
Let's go, yeah.
And ever since that hit, those guys are like, you are a little savage. They call me a little honey badger, things like that. But yeah, that
awesome.
is my favorite personal memory. But with UNF, it's got to be the home playoff win that we had last year.
Yeah,
That was
UF.
an absolute dogfight. One of the hardest games that I've ever played, and I was exhausted. We had to battle through some real adversity in that game, and we came together as a club. Even though we didn't end up winning the next game, we set up something. We set up something
amazing. Yeah,
we set up something amazing for the next year.
I think, to answer your question, I think one of my favorite club UNF memories, like on campus with the rugby team, is kind of like you said, like we didn't win that next game after UF against FSU. Like we got handled. We got handled pretty well.
I got hurt within the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Destroyed my hamstring.
It just was not. It was not a great game, and I still think one of my favorite memories of this team is how when the final whistle blew, like instead of like everyone just like there were definitely tears, but they weren't tears of like. First of all, I never thought that I'd see tears like that on a rugby field. Like
that was rough.
Yeah, it was.
Those boys brought me up. That was rough.
Like just with being on rugby for 1 year, like I was crying just because like the seniors meant so much to all of us. But like just to see how truly like life-changing the rugby team was for like everyone last year. Like thinking into perspective, I'm just gonna like throw out names here, but like. Brandon.
Oh yeah, Brandon.
Life changed.
Goodness.
Life changed. Harold
came back.
Yeah, he came back. He's so committed to rugby. His mindset is on rugby.
The Setzers, man.
The Setzers, Wilhelm, Alec, like all of these guys, like seeing the joy and like the love that everyone had for each other in that moment of like where you're supposed to like. Be upset at your team, like be upset, not be upset at your team, but like in a moment where you're not supposed to, when you're exactly like when you're in a moment where you're supposed to be like upset, your season has just ended. Like to see the love and like the care and the tenacity, like just being put on a pedestal for real. Like we went through a lot of adversity last year, not only injuries
that FAU game. Was crazy. You were there for that FAU game, were you?
Oh no, I wasn't there for that game.
Yeah. So to explain the FAU game a little bit, I blew out my knee. Talon had to get stitches.
Oh, I remember watching.
Everyone,
Deo blew out.
His knee.
That ended his rugby
career. Yeah, like that was a wild game. Not that this is on FAU. like all respect to FAU.
We
like
always
they
have great games.
yeah, like we love
It's gonna be this year too.
UNF. Like I think we all like really enjoy FAU, especially like that may be one of my favorite. Even though there wasn't a personal trainer at the game, which okay, that's where my little side note was, but. All love to FAU, but like we went through a lot of adversity last year, and just seeing the smile and the joy on everyone's faces, and like the willingness to just like accept defeat, not accept defeat, but the willingness to.
We did not stop till that
No.
last whistle. It's like a couple little mistakes,
Yeah.
like when I picked that ball off on the goal line,
Mhm.
on our goal line, picked it off.
Yeah.
Wyatt was a little offside, just like just little mistakes, a little maybe it was inexperience, a little bit of that, just a little jumpy. This year, that's not going to
Yeah.
happen. That's the difference. That I'm going to be able to pick that ball off, and I'm going to have 13 different options.
But the heart and just the heart of last year's team and the heart of this year's team and the willingness to never give up is like probably my favorite thing of what this team has really fostered.
We call it Deadbirds for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, we're always dead. You can never kill us.
Yeah.
We're already dead.
Yeah, man. You can't count us out. I mean,
We never can.
I don't know, bro. What was your favorite memory?
yeah, I'm trying to think of one. I mean,
Yeah, brother.
gosh, like
It's not an easy question.
No,
It's
'cause
really-
you took the good one with
Yeah.
the playoff win.
Dude, I mean, yeah.
I mean that playoff one was big. I mean that was our first like playoff victory ever, or was it? Oh wow.
In a while, if not
No.
ever. Yeah.
First Division 1 playoff.
First Division 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like it was
Crazy.
probably within FCC that.
We were so bad before COVID. We were before 2019, 2020, we were horrible.
The
And
last
then
time they
something happened, and then COVID hit, and we thought we were never going to be this good ever again. And then, by the grace of the rugby gods and by the grace of your class, we ended up putting a third best team in the state together. And now this year, I feel bad for everyone at that sevens tournament.
I do too. I'm excited to run.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
But yeah, answer. What's your favorite?
Yeah.
Question.
Gosh, I
Trying to
mean,
get out of it.
I'd probably say like, probably my first like game. It was like B-side against FIU,
Yeah.
and it was just so funny. Like I remember like the
That
first
was a fun
kickoff.
B-side game to
It
watch.
was it was so fun. Like it was so fun to play. I mean like I got the kickoff. Like it was rolling around and I picked it up and I just like am seeing all of these like Bumblebee jerseys like storming the fuck at me and I'm like, holy shit! Like I'm playing this game. And so I tried running and like I went right in and like I might have like flinched a little bit but I remember just getting hit for the first time and I'm like thinking it's gonna be so bad and it's like no man, it was fine. Like
No, yeah.
yeah.
You get up and you're
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Exactly, and then I still had no clue because I was still learning about like pods and how to ruck and all that,
Oh yeah.
and so it's just a bunch of people like running around.
Everyone's
And-
first game is just
Dude.
chaos, man.
Yeah.
The
It
game
was
feels
so fun.
so fast.
Mhm.
It feels so fast. You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know what's going on.
Even your 20th game, it
Oh,
still
yeah.
feels
Oh, yeah,
fast.
it's still chaotic.
I
Yeah.
didn't get used to it until men's because they forced me. If I didn't slow the game down mentally, I was going to get killed. So like I had to slow it down.
Yeah.
But like y'all get to work into it, which is a blessing for y'all. Like working into it, getting to know the game
Oh, yeah.
100%. That's what you have to do. And then once your mind, you'll notice it. It'll be weird. One day you're just like you're out, you're going in the scrum, and you can feel your breathing is. You're like, damn, everything's slow. I can feel it. I can feel my thoughts. I can
Yeah.
think. I can figure out what I want to do, and I can do it. It's really cool, and
And
it's
once
the zone.
I think once you kind of can realize what's gonna happen next on the field, that's when
Oh, yeah.
that's when I feel like I kind of was like, not saying that I like know the game amazingly
Oh, it's
yet,
okay.
but I'm saying like when I kind of felt like I was comfortable with the game was when I was like, say for example like they take it from a scrum, kick out.
I mean, you
You
were
know.
there for a fall.
Yeah.
You've had
I've
a full
but when
year under your
I
belt,
when
man.
I'd come out of a scrum and I knew where the ball would be and I knew where to kind of expect the flow of the play and like where I kind of and when I'd be able to like, one thing that I love doing, Florida, I don't really care about talking crap about that. Like when I could guess their line out calls, I was like, I actually like kind of know what I'm going on. Like their line out calls are easy to guess. Like they,
Sorry.
their stuff is simple.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
No. But like when I could kind of like when you can conceptualize and like you said, like work through it in your head in a situation, be like, hey, wow, look at me, I'm a rugby player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After the game, we'd be like, damn, what just happened?
Yeah.
What just
That was
happened?
after that first game, I was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Like I just remember like just like running around like trying like you're not like supposed to follow the ball, but like I was kind of following the ball just to like
It's
get
your
in
first
position.
game. Yeah.
And like oh my god, like I remember being in scrums too, and like I had never been in a scrum before, and the prop on the other team was like literally helping me. He was like, you put your head in here,
What a
and
good guy.
Yeah.
What a good guy.
I love
And then-
FIU. FIU and
Dude,
FAU, I'm
so
excited to play
fun.
them. They're like
Yeah.
the nicest people ever.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even though on the field we talk
Yeah.
that talk.
We talk
Oh,
that
yeah.
talk
FAU,
like
we were talking
that
talk.
drink up
Yeah.
with FIU and FAU, like
Good
because that was
times.
when I won
Good
man of the
times.
match against FIU. So you guys,
That was a
got
good
me.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got you good. I mean,
Yeah.
It's a social. You're the man
Yeah.
of the match. You have to.
we do not condone any
No,
underage
no.
drinking or
Zero.
illegal
We do
activity.
We do
absolutely not. It is illegal. Don't do it.
It's so
Yeah.
illegal.
Don't drink and
So
drive.
No. Drink
Yeah.
responsibly.
Drive sober or get pulled over.
What he
Yeah.
said. But yeah, no,
It
we
was
don't
amazing.
we don't condone any underage
No.
drinking, but like rugby's a culture.
Yeah.
And the socials are a culture, and it's a part of rugby. So we do not try and hide it, but we do not let underage people drink
Right.
at our socials. It's unfortunate. 1 through 21.
Go
Yeah,
crazy.
Have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we
Have
go.
some fun.
Yeah, I'll be 21 this December, so it'll finally
Right
Yeah,
before
and
the
then
season.
spring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right before.
before the season.
Yeah,
let's
it'll be so
go. That's
I'm
gonna be
excited,
perfect.
yeah.
That's gonna be perfect. You'll be able to actually. I've had to go 3 years of not being in rugby socials.
Oof,
3 years.
that's rough.
It was horrible. It was horrible. I'm 21. I'm finally 21. And I'm finally
sir.
21. It took me so long.
Let's go.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's such like an amazing experience too. Like, because it was like that FIU game was like my first like post game like social, and so like it was like cool like seeing like it was a little like confusing at first because it's like we just like played these people like are we
It's
supposed to
weird.
like hate them still and like
Yeah.
and we're just like in the at like the restaurant like it was like bar restaurant kind of thing and we're just all like hanging out like and I'm like
Pretty sure that one was at timeout.
yeah it was a
Mhm.
timeout.
Timeout.
And Mandarin, yeah.
And it was like it was just a cool thing because it was like I don't know it was like we're all in this together and it's like I don't know it was fun.
Yeah.
We just went through war. I mean,
Yeah.
that's for a lot of people like that. That's at least for me, like first rugby game. That was the hardest thing I ever did in my life. Like, rugby's hard.
Yeah.
It is not easy. It's tiring, man.
Yeah.
It is tiring, and it's like after the game, both teams understand what the other person just went through because you went through the same thing, and that's the beautiful thing about it. Like baseball, you can't say that.
Right.
You can't say that in baseball. You can't say that in soccer or football or things like that. Like everyone's going through something different, but rugby, everyone's hitting, everyone's getting hit.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful thing.
You understand it, yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, brother. Hell
Yes, sir.
yeah, man, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, this is fun.
Fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
dude, it's gonna be such a fun year.
Yeah, bro.
I guess like my last question would be like I didn't really have a whole lot of questions. I just wanted to see where it would go.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, I just want to like say like, what are y'all most excited about this year?
Prez can go first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Prez gotta go first for the recruiting chair. I mean, nothing compared to this, man.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
I don't want to. What I'm excited. I don't want to give away too many hints of or too many ideas of what we're doing this year. But I think during this podcast we've talked a lot about the Deadbirds really truly were a different team pre and post COVID, and I think now that we have an admin team set up, and now that we have like a very good stable admin team, we kind of can open the ability to do a lot more philanthropy events, do a lot more, tailgating events, collaborative events, pregame events, like all these fun things that you see football teams doing, you see bigger programs doing, you see, things that look like fun and you wish that you could do, but we weren't at that level that we could do it yet. But now I think that we are getting to, if not we are at the point that we can start having these events, can, host events and be able to support a big number of people, be able to have the ability to like truly be able to plan and function or plan and create an entire function, which we didn't have the freedom to do before. So other than the fact that I think that we're going to be really good on the rugby pitch, which I'm sure you'll probably talk a little bit about, more from an administration side, I'm just excited about this year. We have so many more abilities than we've ever had before. We're planning tailgating events with fraternities and sororities. We have we've been in talks with like Zeta Phi Beta. We've talked to Panhellenic, we've talked to non-Panhellenic. We've talked to all these different organizations. We've talked to the Pride Club. We've talked to all these different Alpha Phi. We've talked to a lot of good great organizations, and this year like people actually want to work with rugby. People actually want to come out to games. People actually want to get involved. We want to get involved. We have the people to get involved. We have the resources to get involved. This year we actually can get involved, and that's just the involvement. The potential for involvement is what I'm most looking forward to.
All right. I guess for me, we're gonna be good. Okay, plain and simple, we're gonna be good.
Yes, sir.
Our team is just like before. I'm gonna be honest with you too right now about where I thought the team was at before last night's practice. Before last night's practice, I thought a lot of us, we did not look good.
Yeah, we had talked about that.
I was scared. But then something about last night and just us being able to get that hitting out, just get that little bit out, just to get, I feel like some of us had nerves, and I think going out there and being able to hit a little bit, it showed a completely different side. It showed the true Deadbirds that we are.
Real quick, when Jason made that hit, Jason, you know who you are. When you made that hit, I think it was Talon was running.
Yeah.
He literally got him right here and just blew him up on. It was the perfect. When he made that hit, everyone just went crazy and it clicked.
But he got hit so hard that Talon, it didn't hurt Talon because it was such a perfect hit. It was such a perfect hit that both of them didn't hurt, but it looked like everyone hurt. It was so cool. But yeah, I before last night practice, I was worried, but I saw what we were really about last night, and it made me proud of this team again. And I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to run through a damn wall, bro.
Yes,
We're gonna be different this year, and in terms of like what we're gonna be doing, I think our biggest event's going to be this Florida-Georgia game. It already is. It always is. Even before COVID, we always played UF the day before the Florida-Georgia football game. And it's a night game. It's Friday night. No one's got anything to do on the Friday night. There's not even parties for fraternities on Friday night. So, hey, come out and watch some rugby and have a great time.
Yes, sir.
And it's Florida.
Yeah.
For Florida-Georgia. So, we're planning on, we want to try and do some sort of a whiteout day or something like that. We're gonna try and we're gonna get in contact with the dance club and try and see if they can do a halftime performance or something like that. Just trying to get something out. We're gonna try and get a Kona ice truck out there, which would be really awesome. Come out, have an icy. Who doesn't like an icy? Honestly, who doesn't like an icy?
Yeah.
But we're gonna try and make that a whole event, and then like you said, the tailgate. We're gonna try and partner with. I'm pretty sure what is it, Theta Chi, right? We're gonna try and partner with Theta Chi and Theta Chi and Chi Phi.
We're the two ones,
Yeah, and we're gonna try and get a big Florida Georgia tailgate going, and we're trying to spread not just UNF rugby, just rugby in general. Florida's really putting it together. We're blowing up the rugby wise, thanks to No Flop Sports.
Yeah.
Nick Cummings doing awesome things, going all around the country. A former Deadbird, he's doing awesome, and Great American Rugby, Lance is also doing a great job there. So they're putting on for Florida, and we're just trying to grow. We're just trying to grow. We want to win, but we're trying to grow.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm most excited for is growing rugby as a whole and growing. I mean, our Instagram page blew up
Oh my gosh,
over last year. We put in some absolute work last year.
Dylan, when, I don't want to toot Dylan and I's horn, but when we got a hold of the social media last year, you know this, but like the people, he would do all the social media stuff, and I would do the Photoshop and for all the posts and stuff like that. And when we got a hold of the account, what were we at, 300 and something followers?
Yeah, it was low. It was like around 200.
It was like maybe 200, 300 followers. Right now we're at almost 800 followers. So
we're at 780.
Yeah, we
haven't even tabled for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, literally, like it's exploded. I mean, I remember over the summer we were at like 300, 400.
Over the summer, I think we hit fives, high fives or low sixes, and then just 2 weeks of tabling, we got about 100 something, 200 followers. Like it was wild. We blew it up to around like 600ish, and we got about 180 followers in 2 weeks. Which is absolutely wild.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like
now, Big
awesome.
Pat is he's getting into the game now. He's improving. He made an awesome reel today, which is hilarious.
That's great.
Yeah, I saw that. It was so funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I wish I was at the practice.
Dude, I wish you were too. Who would you have said? Who would you have said?
Oh, man.
So those who don't know, the question was, who wouldn't you let date your sister?
I probably would have said Hanby.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah.
I couldn't resist to say Big Pat. I saw him and I was like, you. 100% you. But I feel like Hanby was a great answer. Hanby and Bob Ross.
They're
either of them would have been acceptable.
Like, either one of them would have been acceptable. But to kind of pick up on that last point real fast. When administration responsibilities that is required is you have to submit travel requests, and one of the questions that it asks you is, what does this event serve for the purpose of the student body of UNF, not just your team, but to kind of take that into like a larger grandiose perspective, like with our Instagram, with our social media, with all these different things that we're planning on campus. Like another thing that I'm kind of to tie it all together is we actually have the ability to not just be a rugby team, because forever we were kind of just known as a liability on campus. Like we didn't bring the campus in anything. We didn't bring the school any like good things. We were just kind of like here to play rugby and mess up their field. But like now that we have followers, now that we have people, now that we have everything that is in place to like put on good events, bring all these things, like we can actually bring the student body to get involved, and we can like you said, make Florida rugby, make rugby in Florida big, make make rugby on campus big, make just a real impact on campus, and that's what I think
we don't
most
have
excited
a football team. We don't have a football team, and no one cares about soccer. Sorry, no one really cares about the soccer team.
But
And basketball, ever since they went to March Madness, they haven't really been the same. I'm sorry, like I don't know, but like we are. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be a little selfish in saying this. I think we're the best team on campus. I mean, I don't see how lacrosse could beat us or anything like that. I can't see it.
Sorry, guys.
I heard the golf team's really good, but
They
like,
are,
other than
Go
golf,
watch golf.
that's other than the golf team, like I feel like we're the best team sport on campus, and we're not even funded by the university.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. I'd say like probably just the. Like, I mean, I wasn't around last year for the team, I was, but not whole year.
Yeah.
I would say like we definitely have an admin that like is focused and very passionate, and like we care about like expanding this club, getting this or exposing our club to new opportunities, new people, new audiences. Like, I'm just really excited for what we can do to like get our name, our brand out there.
Me too.
And I think we're doing a great job. And once spring starts rolling around, I mean, we got a season to play. That's gonna be fun.
We're a problem.
Big things.
We're a problem. We're a problem for the state.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And we will continue to be a problem. We've always been like the odd one out of the state, and last year we made a statement.
and this year we're going to make a bigger statement. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's all the time I got.
Alright.
But yeah, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Yeah,
We've
this
been
fun.
wanting to do this for a while, and I'm glad we got to do it.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to do this.
Yeah, man.
Our preseason starts October 25th?
Okay, so we have a game October 15th
15th.
at Greenland Park against
Alpharetta Exiles, Jackson's.
and then our other game in October is October 28th, day before Florida, Georgia.
Yep.
It's going to be, I'm pretty sure, at 7 p.m. Against Florida. It'll be on our Instagram at UNF Rugby Club. We have a Twitter. UNF_rugby is our Twitter. We have a Facebook. I don't know the Facebook. I'm sorry.
Facebook is UNF Rugby Football Club, Deadbird Rugby Football Club. If you look up Deadbird, you'll find it. Whatever.
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah, man.
All
Come
of
out,
the
support.
all of the socials and all of our schedules for fall and spring will be posted in the description. Please come out to some games, show some support on our social medias. It'd mean a lot for our team. And also, watch a cool sport, rugby. So yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, again, thanks for coming on,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you so much. Thank you.
Sure.
Hell yeah, brother. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, yeah.